Where's the correlation between sport and business? It's much closer than you think. The relationship is very, very similar. The state of mind that you need to be in for optimum business state, for optimum decision state, for optimum performance state is almost identical to optimum performance state in sport. Now, my background, just as a sort of pastime, since I was 16, I've competed internationally powerlifting. I have 2 world titles. I have 13 European titles. I have 18 British titles. I am currently world record holder. Now, the state of mind that you need to be in to produce that performance is remarkably similar to that in business. One of the prime golden rules that we use in taking all of the elements from what I do in sport and putting it into business is being able to clear all of those negative elements about the negative beliefs about yourself and your ability. Sometimes we haven't got time or the inclination to really deal with it at a core level. So quite simply, we have to shift our focus. One of the big things that you will notice is that whenever you are in a negative state of mind, you will be thinking, I can't, I shouldn't, I'll never make it. Well, what happens if I do make it? And just at that time, that is exactly that moment when you need to be aware of the I can't, I don't, I won't, I shouldn't, I mustn't. The second that you do that, you must be able to stop and say to yourself, oh, I've just used an I can't. Oh, okay, so I can't do this. What is it you really do want to do then? I can't do this. What do you want to do? The second that you hit that can't, you must ask yourself, okay, so what is it that you do want? How do you want to be? This is a very, very, very simple, straightforward technique, I can tell you. One of my clients who's a Premier League footballer came to me. He had had an injury where he'd been tackled. And he, in fact, at the time, was put back in the team, fit, and as soon as it looked as though somebody was coming in for the ball, he would automatically, that split second, lose energy. It was as though the energy just drained out through his feet. Now, I've had something similar happen to me at competition as well. And I asked him, that second that you saw that player coming in to take the ball, what was it you were thinking? I'll take the expletives out. But he said, I'm going to lose the ball. I can't do this. I'm going to get injured again. Okay, all right. So these are all the things. So he automatically went into protection mode. Now in business, the second that you think, I can never achieve that, you're going to switch into protection mode. How can I protect myself from not having that happen? So you need to open up the possibilities, change the direction. But the hardest part is being aware of doing it. That is the hardest part, catching yourself doing it. Anyway, this particular player, he phoned me and he said that with the next game, he'd run on his head exactly what he wanted all the time. I'm keeping the ball, I'm keeping the ball, I'm keeping the ball. It's mine, it's mine, it's mine. And there was another one, but it's too rude to tell you. And all he did was run it in his head continuously, so it blocked out the negative, because we didn't have time at that time to actually fully deal with the negatives. But it blocked out that negative. And purely by making sure that he was only thinking about what he did want, he kept the ball and kept the manager happy. So the next time you notice, and I can't, I shouldn't, I wouldn't, or notice that you're maybe in a protective stance and trying to protect yourself about what you think might happen, one simple question. What is it that you do want? Not what you don't want, but what is it that you do want? Take that statement, write it down, make it yours, run it over and over in your head. So you literally interrupt that pattern of behavior, interrupt that thought process, and divert it in another direction, which is positive.